The Day the Dead Walked. In a world rewritten by memory, legend, and lost chances, we explore the alternate truths of our past. We ask what could have been to understand what still can be. What if? What now? This is Stories in the Old. Jerusalem did not fall silent when he died. It broke. The sky dimmed as though creation itself refused to watch. The air grew heavy, thick with something unseen, something ancient. And when he breathed his last, the earth answered. It did not tremble gently. It convulsed. Stones cracked like thunder beneath the feet of priests and soldiers. The great temple veil, thick as a man's hand, was torn not from the ground, but from above, as if heaven itself had reached down and split the barrier between God and man. But the city had not yet seen the strangest part. Beyond the walls and where silence was supposed to reign, the graves began to open. Not all, but many. Men and women long wrapped in burial cloths. Saints, the faithful, forgotten righteous. Those who had died with hope but never saw its fulfillment. Stirred, not in chaos, not in horror, but in purpose. The ground that had claimed them released its grip. Stone seals shifted. Tombs cracked open like doors long locked. And yet, they did not walk the city, not yet, because even in death, they waited for him. 3 days passed. The city whispered of darkness, of earthquakes, of a crucified teacher who had shaken the earth itself. Some dismissed it, others feared it. But then, the tomb of the Nazarene was found empty, and in that moment, death lost its authority. They came, not as shadows, not as spirits, but as men and women restored. Imagine it, a knock at the door. A mother opens it, and her son, buried weeks ago, stands before her. Not decayed, not broken, alive, eyes clear, voice steady. I have seen him. Across Jerusalem, stories spread like wildfire. Faces once mourned now walk the streets. Voices once silenced now testified, not of themselves, but of him, the one who had passed through death and broken it from the inside. This was not spectacle. This was a declaration that death was no longer final, that the grave was no longer a prison, that the kingdom of God had not arrived quietly, it had erupted. And what if these resurrected saints were not just miracles, but messengers? What if before the apostles ever preached, before Pentecost ignited the church, Jerusalem had already been prepared by the living proof that death itself had begun to retreat? History remembers the cross, it remembers the empty tomb, but it rarely speaks of the day the dead walked among the living. And maybe that's the point. Because if even the graves could not hold, what else have we underestimated? What if death was never the end, but the beginning of something we were never meant to fear?